the #1 beauty secret of the ages. I have it. I mean, it has to be. It's what it must be. Beauty is what beauty does. Sweetness is what sweetness does. When you, as I told you, I used to, when I go to coffee shops or restaurants and all that kind of thing, I would always be curious as to what other people were talking about. And, you know, my observation, just noticing, and it was always mundane, trite, all the same. And it really didn't matter what language, which country, or anything. It was all this kind of mundane, petty, competition, fear-based, victim-based, saviors, all this same thing. And that really also, I also noticed that in the heart of most people everywhere I traveled in the world were very sweet and kind, very loving, very sweet people in so many ways. But the beauty secret, you see, isn't in all of the outer. And yet you want your outer body to be clean, nourished, healthy, vital, absolutely, and that's always beautiful, feeling good, and, you know, and that comes to knowing how to maintain the body, and it's not difficult, and you to do that. And when you, this #1 beauty secret of the ages is also that you give up the concept of age. I'll see it, and you give up that concept of ugly, or what would you say? These value judgments. And one of the, so that beauty secret is to be beautiful. To be you to the full. That's my logo. You go logo. Be you to the full. Because that's all that there is you and your source, your God, and we're all part of that already. So you're either knowing it and being from that and continuously moment to moment to moment, or falling into the mind of all the judgments, the criticisms, the past lives, the future lives, the, you know, space travel out there, that gonna war over here, we're gonna get this, and bah, 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 bah. I can't change the world. I'm not trying to change the world or anyone. That's the problem. That trying to change yourself is when you think that you have to have a certain model of yourself that's acceptable, that's beautiful enough to be loved, to be appreciated. Why? Because we want it from someone else outside of ourselves to treat us in a way that we don't even treat ourselves. I want someone to really know me as I am. They don't, because you don't even know yourself. People don't even know themselves. You don't even have to know yourself. You got to just be yourself. A lot of what the thing is, I'm this, I'm that, I got to promote this, I had this, I went through my story, and everybody's got the same story. Just, you know, persecutor, victim, savior, winners, losers, regrets, planning for a better future, blah, blah, blah. So what do we avoid? Who we are as the power plant, right now, here. So beauty is as beauty does. And part of beauty is sweet words. You know, you listen to, and I see so many women that are so caught up in, you know, the F word, or the hand signals, or the whatever they may think is being strong and tough, but you're not really being really strong and tough. Is that your real beauty is in who you really are. And the problem is we have allowed ourselves, somehow we've agreed to believe that softness is not strength. that they're opposites. No. Strength is soft, and soft is a strength. It means everything has a positive and a negative to it. So for us to be who we are in that transcendental state, and that means in the state of being in harmony with the divine as who we are, is to be surrounded with beauty, integrity, nature. Have some nature plants, bring the nature spirits into your life and appreciating them, you see. Starting right where you are with what you've got. One step at a time. Take whatever you get one plant if that's all you've got. Someone will give you one. I found a place where I was able to get some really cool mint growing in a little stream. There's lots of it, and I took out a few with the roots and just put them in my one of my little raised beds, because we have a lot of critters where I live. So I found out they don't like herbs. So I planted all these. There's some mint, because mint's great. Oh, and just the fragrance of that blowing in the air. And the deer don't eat it. And it's healthy and it's great. It's tasty. Oh, it was very nice. So anyway, that's beautiful. So you put beauty in your life. And your beauty is not an outside beauty. It's the beauty of your inner self. And so many people think that it's just the outside beauty. Not really. And I know my teacher, His Divine Holiness Sri Haridas Shastri Maharaj Babaji, and he's not in this realm now, but in his writings and such, and with him, and he really didn't care for his personal quarters at all. I had to beg him to clean. Beg to clean. Oh no. And then I'm careful. I'm not trying to rearrange your place. See, there's a way when you serve others. You serve them according to what gives them pleasure, how they like it. Not, I'm going to come in and I'm going to change you and I'm going to make you into the way I think you should be because this is how I am, so I want to make duplicates of myself, of how I'm behaving, my belief system, how I act, what I do, and blah, blah, blah. I want you to get all that going. No. See, so the number one beauty secret of all ages, because you're beyond time, you no longer are relating to a physical body. You are acknowledging and activating your divine spiritual body now in the sweetness of the words that you speak. We say, well, how do you criticize someone? Probably don't need to. You can present what's going on and let people make their choices, because people, most people, if everything is known out there, and everybody really does know, but what they do is they disregard that, so they're in the mind because they have a belief system that they have to prove is right. They've got the conflict going on, so they're not telling the truth about how they really feel and what they're doing, and have all of that stuff going on. So you have to be able to surf that wave, to be able to always in every moment know the distinction between truth and false. And your inner guidance system does that. It's like in a sense, it's like you're in a glider plane, you see, where you're flowing with the current, because you're staying centered, and your divine presence also in that state of mind brings beauty and love and harmony wherever you are, because it's beyond how you appear. In that sense, is that people feel your love and who you are. So the number one beauty secret of the ages is be who you are beyond time, eternally beautiful. And that who you are is beautiful, not by what you look in the mirror, not by what you judge and say you hate or you don't like. You're the one saying it. You're the one cursing yourself. You're the one also then in those cosmetics and many things all put together through the torture of animals and also skins of humans. I'm telling you, you look into that. What goes into these products? What are these companies that do that and what they're selling that, you see? And when you start looking and you find out what you're doing, you notice what your choices are doing. Is it beautiful? Is it good for all? Does it bring joy and happiness to every living entity? Does it help them to realize and experience the pleasure of their own divine soul, in love with the divine and each other. Yeah. Beauty is as beauty does. Be you to the full. You are beautiful.